Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new here, hi, I'm Amy. I'll be doing another ship with me video today. In these videos, I go day to day and I share the different items that I'm shipping out. You want to be sure to watch all the way to the end because I always have interesting and unique items, and hopefully you can learn some new things to keep your eyes out for when you're out thrifting. That was a mouthful. So today is Tuesday, October 15th. It's the day after a 3-day weekend, and my sales were pretty great. I have a couple really exciting sales again to share with you from Chairish.com, but first I will share the items that sold on Poshmark. So the first item that sold is this vintage sterling silver beaded necklace, and this is made in Mexico. It is marked Sterling Mexico. Oh, there you go. There you can see it. So whenever I see these at estate sales or for affordable prices, I do pick them up. They don't sell super quickly, but they do inevitably sell for pretty great prices. So this one sold for $100, which I am really thrilled about. I think I had it listed for $129 or $139, and I had sent out offers to likers, and then this buyer counter offered me with $100, which I thought was more than fair. I only paid about $5 for this at an estate sale. And for these, I like to keep my buy-in price, I'd say under $20. Because not all of these are created equal. Some of them are a little heavier and better quality, and some of them are a little bit lighter. So after Posh fees, my cost of goods, and any shipping discounts, that made my profit $85.19. I'm thrilled with that. And for the rest of the video, when I talk about my profit, you can assume that I am taking out website fees, my cost of goods, and any shipping discounts, just so I don't repeat myself over and over again. Okay, the next item that sold is this really pretty pair of sterling silver earrings. These were also marked 925 Mexico. So another jewelry piece from Mexico. And there are a lot of nice pieces of jewelry that come out of Mexico, so keep your eyes out for them. Let's see, I just noticed that these have a little gunk on them, so I'm going to polish them up before I ship them out. But I thought these were really pretty. They ended up selling for $50. I think I had them listed for $69 or $79. I had looked them up and they had decent comps, so I priced them a little bit higher. These came from that estate sale where I spent $890. I'll try and have that linked in the description box below. So I only paid $3 for them. That made my profit $40.42, which I think is great. The next item that sold is this really cute little enamel daisy brooch. And I've been talking about how brooches sell better for me in fourth quarter, and if you've been watching my videos recently, you'll see that they have been selling quite well for me. Not for high prices. This sold for $20. I paid about $3 for it. So after Posh fees and my cost of goods, that made my profit $13.32. Not huge, but when I'm at a sale and brooches are $1 to $3, I will pick them up. Or if I'm buying a large lot of jewelry and it has brooches in it, then I'll still list them and get these little bits of profit here and there. So the next item that sold is this very distressed vintage tooled leather belt. Kind of has a Western vibe to it. So sometimes when I'm at estate sales that are competitive, I will just grab things and I won't have time to fully look them over. One of the estate sale companies that I go to has very affordable prices, so their belts are only $1. So I will just grab to get what I can. And I didn't realize that this was as distressed as it was, but I still list it because some people really like this worn in look. so they will still purchase it. This sold for $15. Like I said, I paid $1 for it, so that made my profit $10.64. That is not a huge sale, but all the little sales add up, and when you don't have a very big buy-in cost, you know, it's okay if you don't have a huge sale price. And as I've said over and over again, I really like to have a variety of price points and options in my closet so that there's something for everyone in there. Okay, the next sale is a pretty exciting sale, and it is this bundle of 2 coats. The first one is this vintage brown coat with fur sleeves and collar. This also has a tie waistband. I'm going to package this up off camera because it'll just be kind of cumbersome, but I wanted to show you the label here. This Betty Rose seems to be a better name brand for these vintage coats. I have sold pieces from her before. I'm gonna grab the belt to this so I don't forget to put it in the package. So that's the first item. This bundle sold for $121 for these 2 pieces. And each piece was ever so slightly flawed. This had some hand-stitched repairs at the seams on the sides, not very noticeable. And then this was the other coat that sold. I've had this for over 2 years, I would guess. I initially just picked it up because I liked the style and the seaming of it. But when I got it home, I discovered that it also had this hand-stitched repair to the back, but I listed it anyways. You guys know that typically these items that I find that are flawed, when I list them, they still sell. This one took way longer than I would have liked for it to sell, but it did eventually sell, and I'm happy about that. I paid $6 for the leather jacket. This vintage fur jacket I actually got for free. A fellow reseller who goes to some of the sales gave it to me. She decided that she thought that I would have a better chance selling it than she would because she sells more contemporary clothing. I thought that was really nice of her. So my total cost of goods was $6. That made my profit $104.11. I am thrilled with that. And I'm probably going to have to, if I don't have a large box, I'm probably going to have to make up a Franken box, and I will use 2 of these box number 7s, and then I'll just nestle it on top of the other one to make a larger box. Okay, now on to the 2 exciting sales from Chairish, and I'll go ahead and get some video and post it over the screen here so you can see it. The first sale was this pair of gray vintage chairs. The pair sold for $455. I only paid $2 for this pair of chairs, and there's a fun story about it, which I will share in just a second. Chairish charges a range of seller fees. My seller fee is 22%. So that made my profit $352.90. So some of you may have already heard this story because I've already sold a set of 2 of these chairs, but I was scrolling through Facebook Marketplace one day and I saw that our city or county was doing a clear out of furniture, and I saw these particular chairs in the ad. It had started early in the day, like 8 or 9 a.m. and I think it was 11:45 when I jumped in my car and went down there. I got there and there was 8 of these chairs, and I was they had them marked at $5 a piece. So I was kind of hem-hawing, trying to decide how many I should buy, and I had looked around, and then it turned to 12 o'clock and someone yelled out, they said, "It's noon, everything's $1 now." So I got 6 of these chairs for $1 a piece. Then as we're loading them up, some of the guys there loaded loaded them up for me. He said, "Oh, I hear change in one of them." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'll fish it out when I get home." I ended up getting $1.56 in change out of one of the chairs. So I spent a total of $6 on all the chairs. They loaded them up for me, and then I got that $1.50 back. So I only paid $4.50 for all of them, which I just think is a great story. I think the other set of chairs I sold for $500 or somewhere in that range. The next item that sold is a painting that I've had for a really long time. There's also a story for this. If you're not into story time, I'll tell you what I sold it for, and then you can just fast forward till I'm wearing something else, because that'll be tomorrow or the next day. So it sold for $699. I got this painting for free, so that made my profit $545.22. So my mom and I years ago used to have a large vintage shop on the main street in the town that I live in. Someone came in and said that they had mid-century furniture for sale, which is what we focused on, was furniture from the 50s and 60s. And it was an older woman that came in. I think at that time she was in her 80s, late 80s or 90s. So she lived about an hour away. We drove over there, went to her house. I hope I still have some pictures of her house. If I do, I will insert them too. But she was an artist, and her home was bright and cheery and delightful. She had all sorts of wonderful designer mid-century furniture. And then when we got there, she told us that she was an artist, and she had this really great, again, happy, colorful, vibrant art. And she let us consign a number of pieces from her. I think we had 6 or 10. And when we had the shop, we sold quite a few pieces, 5 or 6. And at that time, we sold them for between $300 and $500 per piece. They're all very large scale pieces. She then passed away, and I closed down the shop. Her son came and got the few, or actually I took over the few remaining paintings that we had on consignment. And he said that I could choose one to keep. And so I chose this one. And I had taken it and tried to put it in all different places in my house, but it just did not work with my decor. So I had listed it, and it's been listed for a long time, a couple of years. I had it listed at a high price because I thought it was a beautiful piece. And to be honest with you, when I got the offer for it to sell it, I didn't want to sell it because it has some kind of sentimental value. Because for those of you who don't know, my mom has since passed away, and the artist has since passed away, and it's not really a value thing. It's just kind of a sentimental memory of that time in my life and how fun that was. But after thinking about it and talking it over with my husband, I decided to go ahead and accept that offer and sell it because it does not work in my home, and I don't foresee it working in my decor in the future. So I really hope it goes to someone who's really going to enjoy it. I know a lot of interior designers shop on Chairish. Hopefully they put it in a fabulous home if it is an interior designer. What do you guys think? I'm pretty excited about those couple of sales on Chairish. I've had some really great sales over there. For those of you who sell on there, one new thing that I've been doing is I've been going through and editing 5 or 10 listings a day, and that seems to refresh them in the search feed and makes them show up as a newly listed item. Don't go anywhere. This video will continue with what else I sell this week. And if you enjoy this type of video and you want to learn more different kinds of items to look for to diversify your business, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. It also helps me when you give my videos a thumbs up and make comments. That kind of boosts them in the YouTube algorithm. All right, I'll be back soon. Hey guys, Future Amy here. It is October 21st, I believe, and Poshmark just announced that they are changing the fees back to the 20%. Overall, I'm happy about this. I prefer to sell on platforms that are very easy and straightforward, even if it costs me a little bit more money. That is my personal opinion. It was nice to have the lower fees and have a little bit additional profit. I don't think that we had enough time to truly see which fee structure would have been better. I felt like I was getting lower offers on items, and so the difference in the reduced fees was not that beneficial to me. That's my personal opinion over the 2-week period that I had to compare it, to what we had before, which is definitely not a long enough amount of time to make any decisions. And honestly, I am shocked that Poshmark made that change back that quickly. Sales must have been terrible for people. That is the only reason that I can think that they would have changed it that quickly. I don't know. I'm not an expert in all this. It's just my opinion. What you guys think in the description box below. Of course, Poshmark cannot make everyone happy, and that's just part of life, and we just kind of have to accept how it is and move forward. I like the 20%, and so I'm just going to be thankful for that, and we will see. Don't think that this is the last time that Poshmark will change fees. I wouldn't be surprised if there is an increase in the fees next year or in the next few years. That's just the way things are headed. So this is why it is more important than ever, and it is always important to diversify your business. And you will see from the sales that I have had in previous weeks and in coming weeks how important it is to diversify, so that when one platform is experiencing change or slow sales, hopefully your other platform or your other portion of your business can lift you up during that time. Okay, enough of the TED Talk. Back to what I sold this week. Hi again, it is Friday and my sales really have slowed down. I only had one sale on Poshmark between Tuesday and Friday. I did have a few offers, maybe 3, that were 50% or below my asking price, and those particular items, I just decided I wasn't willing to accept the offers that the people made. So I think that could be a reason I didn't accept all the offers that I got, and we shouldn't have to. So the first item, I also had a sale on Chairish. The first item that sold is this vintage black lacy sheer robe. And I've mentioned that I'm not really picking up vintage lingerie anymore just because it's such a slow seller for me. Here is the vintage tag. It's union made in USA, which is really cool. This took forever to sell, over a year, and it sold for $30. I got this at a fill the bag sale, so I paid about $1 for it. So that made my profit $24.68. I want to get this folded up really nicely for this person, and I kind of tried to do it before I came on camera, and it's not easy, so I'm just going to do it after I finish. The next item that sold is this semi-vintage little Ikebana vase, and that's spelled Ikebana, and that is, so the last time I sold one of these, I said the wrong thing. I said that the vase was, or that it was a brand, that Ikebana was a brand, but it is actually an art of arranging flowers, and typically it's just kind of sparse stems, and they have these frogs, flower frogs in the bottom. So this is a really cool piece. It sold for $95 plus an $8 packaging fee. I also got this at a fill the bag sale, so I paid about $1 for it. That made my profit $81.10. I think this took, about a year, a little less than a year to sell for that, but really great profit, and I am going to package that up off camera. I am not sure if I will have time to ship tomorrow, but I will come back and tell you what my total sales were if I don't have time to ship. And there is a harvest festival going on out where my building is that I work out of. So I'll see if I can get you a little footage of that and maybe a little tour of my retail space, because I just got it a little more spruced up because I'm going to be open with that tomorrow for a short time during that festival. So hopefully I have some in-person sales to share with you from that. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Don't go anywhere, though there will be additional footage after this. See you in a bit. Hi again. So the open house I had on my store side of my shop ended up going quite well. I'm very pleased with the results. I didn't keep track, but I had about 40 or 50 people through the shop in a 4-hour period, which is a lot for me. The area that my shop is located in is more of an industrial area, and there's not very much drive-by, literally no walk-by traffic. So that is a great thing. It sounds like overall the Harvest Festival went well, and they had, I think he said, over 1,200 people come to that. So that is great. I did have a few sales on Poshmark between Friday and Saturday, but I didn't have time to ship them. So I'm just going to share those sales with you on Monday when I ship out. So I did have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sales in the shop on Saturday. I'm thrilled about that. Some of them I have pictures of, some of them I do not. I will try and find similar items to kind of show you what I'm talking about, and then I'll show pictures of the actual item. So I sold a barware set with a pitcher and 7 glasses, and it's what they call spaghetti glass. It's kind of has spaghetti-like texture look to it. And like I said, I'll put a picture in here. I think I showed it in a Thrift With Me video. I got it at the Goodwill. It was really fabulous and unusual set. I sold it for $190. I paid $17 for the set because Goodwill had it priced all individually. I'm not going to, I do have a 2.5% credit card processing fee for these sales, but I'm sorry, I was lazy and I did not deduct that. But you can assume that you can take off 2.5% of my profits here. So like I said, I paid $17, so that made my profit $173. I'm thrilled with that sale. Oh, the total sales for Saturday were $451. Great, great, great. I also sold a set of TV trays, probably from the 1960s. They were black with kind of turquoise colored leaves on them. I thought they were really cute. Those sold for $65. Then I had a cute little rhinestone frog trinket box, just a teeny tiny little thing. It had green rhinestones on the back and red rhinestone eyes, and that sold for $33. I paid a total of $6 for both pieces. This buyer paid cash, so that made my profit $92. Another really great sale. I had a fake Gucci watch. I don't make a habit of selling fake items, but sometimes when I'm out thrifting or at estate sales, I'll just grab stuff not knowing for sure if it's real or not. And if it is, you know, I'll do research, and if it turns out to not be real, sometimes I'll put it out at the shop. Of course, I'm very clear with the buyer that it is not an authentic item. So it sold for $37. I paid $6 for that. I actually got it at Value Village. So that made my profit $31 on that. Then I sold this really cool ceramic kind of mother and child statue. It was mid-century, but the paint on it made it look like it was wood. And that sold for $37. I tried to post that on Chairish and they did not accept it. Very rarely do they decline my items. I think I've had a total of about 10 or 15 items declined over the years from them. So again, I just put that out at the shop. I paid $10 for it, so that made my profit $27. And then I sold this really pretty, I think it was a banana leaf vase. And it was kind of outside of my normal style, but I just really liked the color, size, and form. And it sold for $89. I paid $6 for that, so that made my profit $83. It did take me some time to get the shop back in order because, as you guys know, I'm messy. It's just part of who I am. And so when I buy stuff, sometimes I'll plunk it down out there and not in here, which I do that too. But so I had to get that all cleaned up. There was a lot of things that weren't priced that were over there. So I went through and priced everything, vacuumed, dusted, did all the stuff. So initially I wasn't sure if I was going to do it because I was feeling kind of lazy, but I'm glad I did because it turned out to be a great day. Okay, so for the week, I had an excellent week, mainly because of the sales in my shop and the sales on Chairish. My Poshmark sales were in the tank. So my total sales for the week were $2,044. Yes, an awesome week. My total cost of goods to sell that amount was only $67. I'm thrilled with that. And my total profit after fees, cost of goods, any shipping discounts was $1,663.58. So I exceeded my $1,000 profit goal, which is always amazing. I forgot to break things down and tell you what my average sale price and whatnot was, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 sales this week. So over $100 per item average sale price, which is awesome. Thank you all so very much for watching. I appreciate all of your kindness and feedback in my comments recently. A couple of you have really made some reassuring comments to me when I am expressing my hesitance or fear of listing on other platforms. And I just want you to know that I really, really appreciate that. It really makes me feel good. And I'm sure that other people who are watching read your comments and it is helpful for them too. So always keep making positive comments on my videos, other people's videos. It really means more than you may think it does. As always, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below. All those things really help me out, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you again for watching.